course, a lot is happening in the world of business. Well, we're starting the news with a reaction from that's Afri Investor, an economic expert and chief investment officer at Afri Invest West Africa, Mr. Robert Omotunde, who is asking Nigerians to support the ongoing economic reforms of the federal government, which he says has huge and immense benefits going forward. He said this earlier today on our flagship business show, Business Nigeria.
The path to recovery, the path to beginning to do the right thing in the Nigerian economy is not an easy path. Right, you're just going to need a courageous, government that will come on to take up some of those bold steps. Now, that's not to say that all of the steps that the government took in 2024, were all correct. We've also dissected at some other times some of the, policies coming from the central bank that, will have needed a bit of, tweaks here and there. But I think by and large, the 2024 events again prove the resilience of the Nigerian economy. I mean, some of the things that we experience from the economic front would have crumbled a lot of countries, but the country is still standing. The good thing about, reforms is that they have long-term benefits, that, and I mean, it's like pruning. When you prune plants, if those plants could talk, they will tell you, they don't like it. But when you do them, they flourish more, they grow bigger and better. I want to believe that those are some of the things that some of these reforms will bring. Of course, where the
space, where latest report by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission shows that the number of customers' complaints across all distribution companies rose by 14.35% to 328,696 in Q3 of 2024. The report also shows that electricity consumers nationwide got 607.4 million naira as credit adjustments from the power distribution companies during the period, following resolution of complaints related to overbilling issues of inappropriate billings, which took the lion's shares of the reports of customer dissatisfaction, followed by metering problems, which were further trailed by tariff ban complaints and service interruptions. According to the reports, this resolution rate represents 8.77% increase compared to the 22.38% resolution rate recorded in Q2 of 2024. And the stock market adjusted its activities downwards for the first time in the new year following intense profit taking. The market index, which measures price movements, dropped by a margin of 0.24%. Market analysts pointed to recent price jumps causing huge profit grabs by investors. The biggest price loser was Vitafoam with a decline of more than 7%, followed by African Prudential Insurance, Zenith, UBA and Access stocks with appreciable price uptakes were PZ, NGX Group, Transcorp, UBA and Access Holdings. And to the global space, Asian shares followed Wall Street positively today as some investors hoped U.S. President-elect Donald Trump would adopt less aggressive tariff than previously thought when he takes office. MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside of Japan was up 0.03%. Japan's Nikkei jumped 2%, boosted by a rally in technology stocks. Stocks in Europe, however, looked set for a negative start after Monday's gain. Euro stock 50 futures fell 0.5%. FTSE futures retreated 0.47%. In the U.S. S&P 500 futures slipped 0.07%. Nasdaq futures lost 0.16% after the underlying indexes rose on Monday to more than a one-week high. In China, the CSI index and Shanghai Composite Index reversed early losses to gain 0.28% and 0.17% respectively. Hong Kong Hang Seng Index slumped 1.89%. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump boasted a new $20 billion foreign investment to build new data centers and accused President Joe Biden's administration for its final policies and promised to reverse a new offshore drilling ban. In his first press conference of the new year, Mr. Trump called the new foreign investment from property development company Damac Properties an example of business growth spurred by his election.
I'm thrilled to announce today that Damac will be investing at least $20 billion over a very short period of time into the United States, and they may go double or even somewhat more than double that amount of money. The investment will support massive new data centers across the Midwest, the Sun Belt area, and also to keep America on the cutting edge of technology and artificial intelligence.
We've been waiting 4 years to increase our investments in U.S. to a very large amount of money. And we're very, very excited now with his leadership and his open strategy and policy to encourage businesses to come to U.S. For the last 4 years, we've been waiting for this moment.
A new labor report from Labor Department shows that jobs opening in the United States unexpectedly increased in the month of November. The department said job openings rose to 8.98 million in November, an upward figure of 7.8 million in October. The report shows that job openings increased in the professional and business services, finance, insurance, and private educational services sector, but decreased in the informal sector. Meanwhile, the Labor Department says hires slipped to 5.2 million in November from 5.3 million in October, while total separations fell to 5.1 million in November from 5.3 million in October. And finally, crude oil prices eased today, extending losses into a second consecutive session after last week's rally, although concerns about tighter Russian and Iranian supply amid widening Western sanctions checked losses. Now, U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude fell to sell for $73.25 with a decline of 0.42%. Brent experienced a downward margin of 0.34% to sell for $76.04 per barrel. Bonnie Light is down 2.84%, selling at $78.62. And for the OPEC basket, dealers are offering $74.93. Up. That's business news. Next is sports news, but that's after this break.